think I'm still angry with Fred.
Yes, I know. Carolyn called me at the hospital.
Oh, that's something isn't mine. As worried as I've been about Carolyn, and now she's worried enough about me to call you.
Yeah, well, she's maturing fast.
Oh, I love her so much, and I can't bear to see her hurt like this.
I know you do. Now, listen to me. I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want straight answers without any qualification.
All right.
Did Fred threaten you in any way?
Physically, no.
Well, if not physically, how?
Well, I mean, he threatened to go to the principal to separate Lou and Carolyn.
And that's all?
Yes.
All right, now come on. You sit down. Tonight, you and I are going to go off and get married. Well, why not? I mean, we keep putting it off, waiting for a perfect moment. Well, there are no perfect moments. There'll always be some problem or other. What do you think?
I think you should hold me. Honey, look, I know I'm not your husband yet, but after the night I will be, and so I'm going to start by practicing on some of those husband-like decisions. And the first one is, tonight we'll go over to Owens Ridge. We'll find ourselves a justice of the peace. And that'll be it. It's right, Mike, isn't it? You and me.
You bet it's right. It's so right, it's perfect. I knew it was perfect the first time I saw you, when I came through that door and saw you standing there with the fire in your eyes, dancing around those Irish.
No, you don't remember.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I remember.
No, the first time you saw me, I came to the hospital because I was very upset with your brother and the way he was behaving around Carolyn, and I was very angry, and you were very angry.
I remember that.
And the second time you walked through that door, and I was here with Eli.
Well, that's why you had the fire in your eyes, that's all. Don't you see? Look, this is so simple. Really. Carolyn's been your problem for too long, and Fred has been your problem for too long. Now they're my problems. After tonight, it'll be official. Huh?
And then what happens to Fred?
Who cares? Who cares what happens to Fred? Well, I mean, he'll have a rough time for a while. He'll go around walking the streets and hating me.
I'm hating everyone.
Well, Fred's not completely unintelligent. I mean, he'll get over it. He'll cool off because he'll have to cool off. He'll be dealing with me then, that's all. Your husband. Then he'll go back to Boston. He'll go back to his job. And then after a year or so, he'll start hating himself, which will be good for him.
It's just that I'm afraid he'll wait for Carolyn after school, and I can't bear that. I can't even bear the idea of him just standing there waiting for her.
Now, listen, we're not going to leave until tonight. Don't you see, Carolyn can stay over with Pat. I wouldn't have suggested this if I thought there was a chance Fred could cause any trouble for Carolyn.
We're getting married for all the right reasons. Aren't we, Mike?
Yes, all the right reasons. I love you. I've loved you for such a long, long time.
Yes, I think you have to tell me that. You have to tell me you love me. And then you have to tell me you love me again, over and over, Mike, because I think I need to be assured.
Every day. Every day.
I love you.
Honey.
Marsha.
Hello, Alma.
Well, come on in.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I know I should have called first.
Oh, that's all right. Well, here, let me take your coat.
Oh, thank you. Just put it on the chair. That's fine.
Well, how have you been?
Oh, I've just been fine. Alma, and you?
Oh, no complaints. I was just about to have some coffee. Sit down, I'll bring you a cup.
Oh, no. Alma, don't bother. I mean, well, why don't we go out in the kitchen? Have you been outside today? It's beautiful.
Oh, yes, it is. I had to go out a little earlier. Marsha, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you came.
Well, I thought I should come by and talk to you.
Cream and sugar?
No, this is fine. Alma, I wanted to talk to you about this ex-husband of mine who seems to be causing you and your family all kind of trouble and embarrassment.
Yes, he is. He seems awfully sure that Lou and Carolyn are more than just classmates.
Well, and of course he's wrong. I mean, Lou and Carolyn are just classmates. Carolyn has tried to explain that to her father, and he just won't listen.
Oh, yes, he's disturbed, all right. He wants them separated off this science project they're working on.
Yes, I do know.
The principal called me and said Mr. Russell insisted that either Lou or Carolyn be removed. And I said, look, I'm a parent, too.
Well, Alma, I've just come from the principal's office, and I explained to him that, you see, I have custody of Carolyn, and Fred has no right to interfere with her classes or any of her other school activities.
And I don't intend to let anything or anybody interfere with Lou's schooling if I can help it. Your ex-husband seems determined to prove that there's something wrong between them. He has a problem, and I'm sorry. But Lou is my son, and I'd do anything to protect him.
Alma, I've already told the principal that I do not share Fred's concern, so I'm sure there won't be any more gossip or repercussions. You see, it's all so strange. I mean, I had no idea Fred harbored these feelings of...
Racial prejudice?
Yes. I mean, when we were married, he seemed so civilized about these things. I mean, he seemed so sensible and intelligent. I just don't know why he is reacting in this terrible way.
Maybe it never came so close to home. He never had to face the possibility that his daughter might be working side by side with a black boy.
But, Alma, it's not as if they... Well, I mean, even if Lou and Carolyn were going together...
It would upset both of us.
Yes. Yes, it would. But, Alma, do we understand each other? I'm not going to have you think that I feel the same way Fred does. Because I don't.
Marsha, I understand. I really do. I confess I'm selfish, you know. I'm thinking about my own feelings. I'd be out of my mind if any of this were true. I'm so glad Lou isn't involved with Carolyn. I can deal with gossip, but the real thing would be much tougher.
Yes. I mean, not that Lou isn't a wonderful boy.
And Carolyn is a lovely girl.
Oh, Alma, how we sound.
I guess we feel the same way about our kids, in spite of the fact that it's none of our business. Just don't want them to be hurt any more than they have to be.
No, of course we don't.
Well, now that that's disposed of, let's drink our coffee.
Oh, I have so much to do today. Can you keep a secret? Mike and I are driving to Owens Ridge tonight. We're going to be married.
Oh, Marsha, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I wondered if you had the nerve to continue working on this project.
You know, I don't get your point, Mr. Russell.
Daddy, we were just on our way to the lab.
Why don't you go on inside? You and the others. I want to talk to Miles here.
Why don't you two...
Just Miles, Carolyn. This is strictly between Miles here and me.
Why don't you call me Lou, Mr. Russell? All my friends do.
I'm not going without Lou.
All right. I've handled this thing in the most responsible way I know. I've had a talk with your principal.
About what?
Carolyn, I know you're upset, but I'm not going to have you looking at me as though I am single-handedly preventing the emergence of the African nations. I have brought this entire matter to the attention of your principal, and he has told me that he has discussed it with you. And I know that he has suggested to you that you voluntarily drop out of this project.
No, that isn't true, Mr. Russell.
Oh?
Well, he did talk to me all right. That part's true. As a matter of fact, he pulled me out of class in order to do it. But what he said was he didn't intend to butt into the personal lives of any of the kids on campus.
You're trying to create an incident. I'm no fool, boy, and I know all about this confrontation business. You want an incident, something for your personal liberal social views, and I won't allow it. You happen to be using my daughter to advance your own ideas, and if you don't stop it, I'm...
Fred! Lou, why don't you and Carolyn go inside? Lou, please. Carolyn.
Why don't you mind your own business?
What's the matter with you? Can't you see they're kids? One of them is yours.
Really? Which one?
What, have you been waiting around out here in front of the hospital just waiting for them?
Possibly.
And now what? You'll wait until they finish their science project and then start harassing them again?
Possibly. I may do exactly that.
Well, it's obvious you're not using any reasoning at all. You go ahead, though. You do it your way. You wait for them, sure. Give them a bad time. Follow Carolyn home, why don't you? Give her a bad time then. In the morning when she leaves the house, follow her, give her a bad time. In the meantime, I'll be talking to the lawyer about getting a restraining order.
Get out of my family's business. Get out of my life!
I'm going to get out of your life, because after the restraining order, I'm going over to Marsha's house and get her and go across the state line. Well, we'll be married.
You've conned her. You've manipulated her. You're the one that's using this Lou and Carolyn situation, not me. You use her!
Now, stop for us. It's sweet.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Maggie, have you ever thought about getting married again?
Are you proposing to me?
What are you hanging around town for? The lady dumped you. Dumped, as in trash can.
Get to the point, Jennifer.
All right. I intend to get my share. I want to make a deal with you.